Hello students, welcome to my class. In my last lecture, we discussed the problems related to the topics like how to find the molar conductivity, equivalent conductivity, cell constant, charge, etc. etc. Today I am going to discuss a interesting topic, that is my friend Colros law and the types of cell. Okay. So let's start the topic, my friend. That is the first topic here is, wait for a moment. Colros law. Clear? What is given here? Listen carefully. As we know, at infinite dilution, suppose there is a electrolyte AB. Listen carefully what this law tells. At infinite dilution, as we all know, the electrolyte dissociate completely. That is the ideal concept. Like if I take electrode AB, it will dissociate like this, A plus and B minus. If I write here A to B, then definitely it will dissociate like this, my friend, 2A plus and B2 minus. Clear? Now if I write AB2, then it will dissociate like this, A2 plus and 2B minus. That is, it will dissociate into ions. Now what this law say? At infinite dilution, as we know, when that complete dissociation of the electrolyte take place, that is, the electrolyte dissociate into ions and contribute towards the each ion contribute towards the equivalent conductance of the solution or molar conductance of the solution, irrespective of the nature of the ion. That is, we will not discuss about the nature of the ion. That is, the equivalent conductance at infinite dilution or the molar conductance at infinite dilution is equal to the, listen carefully, is equal to the conductance of each ion, and this is known as ionic conductance of cation and anion. Again I am repeating, at infinite dilution, equivalent or molar conductance is equal to the ionic conductivity of the cation and anion. That is the case, my friend. This is the case. Clear to you? Now the modified form we can write here, that is, the molar conductivity, molar conductance is equal to m lambda cation plus m lambda anion. What is lambda, my friend? Here that is the ionic conductance of cation and anion. Am I right? Similarly, the equivalent conductance at infinite dilution. This is the symbol of equivalent conductance at infinite dilution is 1 upon Z plus lambda cation plus 1 upon Z minus lambda anion. That is the case of Colros law. We'll discuss one by one. Don't worry, if you have any doubt, I will clear your all doubt. But before that, let me discuss each and everything. Then we'll discuss the topic. Okay. Again I am repeating, at infinite dilution, that is the two case. As we know, at infinite dilution the symbol is this, or it can be written like this, but at particular concentration this is the symbol. Clear to you? And we know this and the relation of conductance, molar conductance or equivalent conductance at infinite dilution at a particular concentration is governed by Debye-Huckel-Onsager equation. I have discussed this relation in my last class. Clear to you? Now The question here, if dissociation take place, then each ion will contribute towards the equivalent or molar conductance of the solution. So the equivalent or molar conductivity at infinite dilution is equal to ionic conductivities of cation and anion. This is Colros law. Clear? Now we will do few examples so that you can easily understand the topic. Suppose if I write here NaCl, my friend. What I'm telling? NaCl. Now what will happen? It will dissociate like this, Na plus and Cl minus. Now here the value is 1, nothing than value is 1. So what is the value of M is equal to 1. What is the value of N is equal to 1. What is the charge here? Z plus. Charge here 1, only 1, 1. What is the charge here, my friend? That is 1. Clear to you? Am I right, my friend? Yes, sir. You are absolutely right here. Now, what is the case if I put how to find now molar conductivity at infinite dilution? That is, the molar conductivity at infinite dilution here will be equal to M, that is cation, that is lambda cation plus N lambda anion. What is cation here, my friend? That is Na plus. Now this belongs to the ionic conductivity of Na plus, and this belongs to the ionic conductivity of Cl minus, and M is 1. So molar conductivity at infinite dilution, my friend, is equal to 1 multiply. Suppose the ionic conductivity of cation is X. So 1 into X, it is given during numerical in question, there is given the value of ionic conductivity, and the Cl is 1 again. So put here assume that ionic conductivity of anion is Y. So this is the expression to find the conductivity at infinite dilution. Now if anyone asks you to write down the expression for wait for a moment, equivalent conductivity, then what will you do? Tell me, my friend. That is, equivalent conductivity at infinite dilution is equal to 1 upon Z plus into ionic conductivity of cation and plus 1 upon Z minus into ionic conductivity of anion. Z plus and Z minus, my friend, 1 upon 1 given here plus lambda C and 1 upon 1 lambda A. What is lambda C given here, my friend? X. Clear to you? And what is lambda A given? Y. That is the equivalent conductivity at infinite dilution. I hope it will help you a lot to find the molar and equivalent conductivity. Now, if if ionic conductivity is not given, what I am telling, if ionic conductivity is not given but mobility is given, then what will happen in this case? The relation is ionic conductivity of cation is equal to K multiply ionic mobility of cation, that is mobility of cation, and conductivity of anion is equal to K multiply mu A. If anyone asks you what is K, K is nothing, that is 1 Faraday, that is equal to 96500 coulomb. Clear to you? And what is UC and UA? That is, my friend, mobilities, ionic mobilities of cation and anion, my friend. Again I am repeating, cation and anion. Clear to you? So if not given, then you can use this formula, you can get the ionic conductivity. Again I am repeating, what is Colros law? at infinite dilution. As we know, the electrolyte dissociate completely into ions, then each ion will contribute toward the equivalent conductance or molar conductance. So overall what will say, the equivalent conductance or molar conductance at infinite dilution is equal to the ionic conductivity or ionic conductance of cation and anion, irrespective to the nature of the cation and anion. This is the theory, this is the statement of Colros law. Clear, my friend? Now I am giving another example, the example number 2. If it is given here, that is BaCl2. As we know, BaCl2 will dissociate like this, Ba2 plus and 2Cl minus. Yes sir. Assume the ionic conductivity of Ba2 plus, that is the cation, and ionic conductivity of Cl minus. Assume this is X and this is Y. Now find out the molar and equivalent conductivity at infinite dilution. That is the case. The molar conductivity at infinite dilution is equal to m into ionic conductivity into n into ionic conductivity. This is cation, this is anion. That is cation, that is Ba2 plus. Now what is m here? Tell me. M is before, nothing, that is 1. What is n here, my friend? That is 2. Am I right? That is 2Cl minus. And now put this value. What will happen? 1. What is the molar ionic conductivity of Ba2 plus? That is X. What is n? 2. What is the ionic conductivity of Cl minus? That is Y. So the answer is X plus 2Y. This is the molar conductivity at infinite dilution. Clear to you? Now I am moving here, my friend. Check it out, how to write the expression related to the equivalent conductivity. Give me few seconds. Okay. Now equivalent conductivity at infinite dilution, clear, will be equal to 1 upon Z plus lambda C plus 1 upon Z minus lambda A. Yes. Now what is Ba2 plus Z plus? That is the charge on ion. Z plus here is 2 and Z minus Cl only 1 charge. Look at plus 2, this is minus 1. So 2 and 1. Clear? Now put this value. Equivalent conductivity is equal to 1 upon 2 lambda C upon 1 upon 1 lambda A, my friend. What is lambda C given? X, that is put here, sir, X upon 2 plus Y. This is the expression for equivalent conductivity at infinite dilution. Clear, my friend? Now moving here to give, I am giving you another example. Clear? Now if I put here, the next one is Al2SO4 whole thrice. Clear to you? Now write down the expression for equivalent and molar conductivity. As we know, Al2SO4 will dissociate like this, 2Al3 plus, yes sir, and 3SO4 2 minus. This is the case, and in this case what to do, my friend? That is the expression here for molar conductivity at infinite dilution is equal to m lambda c plus n lambda a. What is m here, my friend? 2. So put the value here, that is 2 into lambda Al3 plus. What is n here? That is 3 lambda SO4 2 minus. Am I right? Yes, sir. This is the expression for molar conductivity. Now, what is the expression for ionic equivalent conductivity in this case? Equivalent conductivity is equal to, my friend, 1 upon Z plus lambda C plus 1 upon Z minus lambda A. What is Z plus here, my friend? That is the charge 3. So put here, my friend, 1 upon 3 lambda C. What is Z minus here? That is minus 2. 1 upon 2 lambda A. This is the expression for equivalent conductivity, my friend. I think now you are very much familiar. You can easily solve such kind of question. Still, if you have any doubt, you can easily approach to me. Now moving here, my friend, I am giving you a question. Listen carefully what I am telling. Now, the question is, you have to find the molar conductivity at infinite dilution of CH3COOH. Clear? Molar conductivity at infinite dilution of CH3COOH. Now, if it is given, that is, let me remember, CH3COOH, it will dissociate like this, CH3COO minus and H plus. Clear to you? Now, if it is given here, that is the molar conductivity of CH3COONA. Clear, my friend? The molar conductivity of CH3COONA is given here X. Clear to you? Now, the molar conductivity of NaCl is given here Y, and the molar conductivity of HCl is given here Z. Now, you have to find the molar conductivity of CH3COOH by using this data. Now think on it how to solve this question, my friend. It is one of the most important question and definitely it will help you a lot. Now listen carefully. As we know, wait, I need a space. So listen, this is the molar conductivity, and if anyone asks you the molar conductivity of CH3COOH, this is the case, my friend, can be represented like this. That is, this will break like this, my friend, CH3COO minus and H plus. Yes, sir. CH3COO minus and H plus. It will dissociate like this. So we will write here lambda H plus and lambda CH3COO minus. That is the ionic conductivity of cation and ionic conductivity of anion. This is the case. We have to reach here. We have to get this data. How to get? Listen carefully. If I write here molar conductivity of CH3COONA, it can be represented like this, lambda, clear to you, CH3COO minus and lambda Na plus, It is given here, or you can write like the lambda Na plus, is better to write here, plus before and minus after, Na plus and lambda CS3COO minus, that is the ionic conductivity of cation and ionic conductivity of anion, and the overall value is given here, that is X. Yes sir. I am taking time to solve this question because it is in your NCERT books. Data is different, and molar conductivity of NaCl, it can be represented like this, my friend, lambda Na plus and lambda Cl minus, that is the ionic conductivity of cation and anion, and its value is given here, my friend, that is Y. Yes sir. Now the next one is molar conductivity at infinite dilution of HCl, that is the ionic conductivity of H plus and ionic conductivity of Cl minus. Now in this case what will happen, its value is given here Z. Now we have to reach here. Now how to reach here? If you remove this one and this one and this one and this one, then how we will reach here lambda as well? How to remove them? Then tell me, friend. If mark it as a equation 1 and mark it as a equation 2 and mark it as a equation 3. Now tell me what will be the case if I add equation 1 and 2 or subtract it from 3? Is it possible? Suppose if I subtract equation 2 and 1, then what will happen, my friend? Check it out. Okay, first of all let me write down here. I am moving here, my friend. Now let's do equation 2 minus equation 1. Then what will happen if I subtract equation 2 minus 1, or is better to write equation 1 minus equation 2? Then what will happen? Check it out, my friend. Equation 1 minus equation 2. Yes sir. Now if I equation 1, that is given here lambda Na plus and plus lambda CS3COO minus. Yes sir. Then plus lambda Na plus, yes sir, and plus lambda Cl minus. What is? There is a subtraction, so put here minus sign. Now if I put here minus sign, then what will happen? This will cancel this one. Okay. Now we get lambda CS3COO minus and lambda Cl minus. Am I right, my friend? Yes sir, you are absolutely right. Then what will happen? Now if I add them, that is this equation and equation 3, then what will happen? Add them, plus lambda H plus and lambda Cl minus. Now look at, we reached the destination. This will cancel this one. We get lambda H plus and lambda COOS minus. That is what we have done. Equation 1 minus equation 2 plus equation 3. This is the output here. Now you can easily write down the expression and you can get the output. This is the case. I have discussed each and every part. I was not in a hurry because examination you have to solve the question part by part, layer by layer. That is, each part carries 1 marks, 0.5 marks. Overall, this question will carry around 3 marks. And this is, my friend, board examination, not competitive examination. So you have to perform, you have to show each and every step. Clear, my friend? Now equation 1 minus equation 2. What is equation 1? This one. Now we can write here, that is molar conductivity of CH3COOH. We can easily get by using, that is the molar conductivity of CH3COONA minus molar conductivity, equation 1 and equation 2. Yes, of NaCl and plus, wait for a moment my friend, plus molar conductivity of infinite dilution of HCl. If I do this, then you will definitely get the answer. What is the molar conductivity of CH3COONA? Wait for a moment my friend. Now in this case what will happen here, that is we will write molar conductivity at infinite dilution of CH3COOH. Clear? Is equal to molar conductivity of CH3COONA. It is given here X. What is NaCl? Minus Y plus Z. That is the case. This is the formula. So finally we will write here X plus Z minus Y. This is the molar conductivity at infinite dilution of CH3COOH. So by using the data you can solve, you can get the molar conductivity of any component. X plus Z minus Y. Equation 1 minus 2, equation 3. Check these things again. I am completely right here. That is equation 1, lambda Na plus lambda CH3COO minus, then minus lambda Na plus minus lambda Cl minus plus lambda H plus and plus lambda Cl minus. This is the output we get from molar conductivity at infinite dilution of CH3COONA. Clear to you? This is the output we get from molar conductivity at infinite dilution of NaCl, and this is the output we get from molar conductivity of HCl. Clear to you? Now what will happen, again check that this will cancel this one, this will cancel this one. What we get finally, that is molar conductivity of CH3COOH is equal to, that is lambda CH3COO minus lambda H plus, cation plus N, or it can be written like this, lambda H plus and lambda CH3COO minus. Complete verification. I have done the complete verification. So X plus Z minus Y. This is the case. So you can easily solve such kind of questions if you have a command over the theory. So this is the last topic, last question of today's lecture, my friend. In my next lecture, I will discuss about galvanic cell. Clear to you? Till then, bye-bye. Thank you so much.